Hello. Hello, welcome. Hello, Kenan. I'm gonna do a couple of hours of Fallout. Started a little later than I wanted. Because I got caught up doing a puzzle and time sort of flew by. And I was doing it for way longer than I thought, and before I knew it, it was like way later. It was no longer 7 o'clock. Rain too small, yeah. I could only do so much, you know. Just cut that. Okay, so I have figured out. I did some readings. And I now know when to save. We can do as much of Liberty Primed until it tells us to, you know, wait till later.
No matter how many battles we win,
and then we can do the Bunker Hill quest.
Proctor Ingram.
So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
Why all the secrecy?
We're pouring every resource we have into this thing. We can't risk tipping off the Institute. For now, the fewer people that know about it, the better. Come on, it's this way.
Yes, ma'am.
Blind as a bat,
Oh.
I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the
I'm still trying to loot.
The
I'm just
Gridling
like,
might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon.
yeah, and then the Enclave blew it up
Most advanced robot the Brotherhood
like a
has
bunch
ever
of
had
cheaters
at its
with an
disposal.
orbital laser or something.
Liberty Prime was
right?
destroyed in the line of duty.
I hate essay writing.
Better part of the last few years
Dude,
piecing 'em back
same.
together.
Well, I never did it.
Think that was easy? Try rebuilding a Protectron.
That's why,
and
despite
find
my
it.
smarts, I appeared dumb.
In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only
I have to
looks
do it.
worse than it
Yeah,
actually is.
sure.
I wish I had your confidence.
Oh, technically you don't have to
This
do it.
is not
But if you
going
want what you want,
Now,
then you do.
The good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad
could do what
news
I
is
did
that
and
there's
just give up on
more than a
life.
few rivets
I wouldn't
and
recommend it.
spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
I assume you can fix that?
I wish it was that simple. If this happened to one of the robots on the Gridwin, just swap out
Don't
the
take my
CPU
advice.
file. As much
Trust me,
as
it's not.
I hate to admit it, Prime's power system.
I feel like you wasted your
Luckily,
young
we were able to
adulthood.
convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for
Like, I
Liberty Prime a
basically
little over a
didn't-
decade ago.
As soon as I
I've already
became an
spoken to
adult,
her, but she's reluctant to
I
work on
basically
Prime
didn't
herself.
have like that.
If you could get her down here to
That
lend
kind
a
of
hand
like
to this power system,
having
we
fun
can
being
get
an
moving.
adult and learning about being an adult and stuff, like all that. Like when you turn like 18 or 20, like I didn't really get my life back until I was like 28, 29.
now that Dr. Lee's arrived.
You had adult fun style, and yeah, which I shouldn't have, because I was a kid and I should have been being a kid.
Attention. Bravo 6-4, report to Armor Bay 2.
But yeah, that kind of like
6-4 to
20s.
Armor Bay 2.
I basically didn't live my 20s, which is like the peak time for someone to kind of like let loose and
If you're here to talk me into working
You
with
know,
Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
start building their life and also having fun and stuff like that.
You promised you'd help us.
You're right, I did. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
Because we care what happens to the Commonwealth.
Many lives are at stake, Dr. Lee.
You know, if anyone else wearing a Brotherhood of Steel uniform said something like that, I'd laugh in their face.
Nah.
But coming from you,
As
it
someone
sounds
that's
like you actually
slowly
tell
finding
Proctor Ingram to get
themselves
her scribes
again.
ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online, but we'll get it done.
It's not the only peak you ever have, right? You know, mountains have lots of peaks. Might feel like you've had one. Sure, it could be considered a peak, but there'll be others.
Watch your steps, sir.
Be sure if it's a different mountain. If it has another peak. It's still part of the same mountain range. Right?
Damn ferals.
And
Radiation has a twisted sense of humor.
you
I
know,
don't know about Scribe Naraya. I think she loves her little zoo a bit too much.
sorry, I got distracted. I was like, zoo? There's a zoo. Mini nukes. It just means you gotta,
Put one more.
we're getting like metaphorical, but like, you know, climb that mountain to that peak, which you're doing right now. By doing these courses.
Proctor Ingram?
Well, things are off to a good start.
You're in the process of reaching your next
I
peak.
hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core.
And if you,
Wish your people would have been a bit more
you know,
careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and
If
I
you-
should be able to get the power flowing into
if you
his
get
system
there
without overloading.
in a way that you made sure you were prepared for it, then you can stay on that peak for a longer time.
Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've
So to
dealt with
speak.
worse. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all
That's
the
not what you said, so I
aggravation.
win.
We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact,
I don't think
since
anyone
things
wins
are
in this
going so
conversation.
well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Sure, anything you need.
That's what I love about you. You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea what I'm talking about. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs
Oh,
to
whoops.
move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out.
I was like, why is my
brand new
Xbox so
systems
loud?
with
And it's because I had
electromagnets
something
and
over the
install
top
those
of
limbs.
it,
What
which
we
is where
need
the
you to
vent
do
is.
Build the actuators
Oops.
for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on
I was
your
like,
face,
why
I'd
is
be
it
happy to
making
know
so
that we
much
have
noise? And I
plenty of
looked and
raw
there's
materials on that
there's like 2
list.
video
What
game
we
cases just laying on top of it, which
The
are
only thing
completely
we need
cut
you to
from the
head out
vent.
and
I was like, oh
find is a
god.
high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by
Another
the
scavenger
time you
hunt.
return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
High-powered magnet. Alright. Come on, Curry.
Hey,
Do you need... My steam packs have gone through extensive quality control. Would you like one?
are things okay between you and me?
My feelings towards you are one of the few things I can process. We are, as you say, good.
That's all for now.
Not a problem. Let us continue our journeys.
Dude, nothing says like a lack of self-confidence like occasionally turning around to your video game companion and asking them if they still like you. You still like me? Also need to learn editing now. I can help you sometime if you'd like.
Wish a buckethead would show up. I'd rip his legs clean off a buckethead. What's that? Time to die.
Yeah? Do you have to use a specific editing program, or can you use anyone? So why do I do this to myself? Because the end result will be better.
Shouldn't the court there is something unknown?
Preferably free. I use DaVinci Resolve, so I could teach you DaVinci Resolve. Now, like, there's a premium version which allows you to do some other things that are like way more complex, but like you can basically do almost everything with the free version. The paid version lets you do things like it just has a few more extra things on top of what's already there, but it's, I mean, a lot of people use DaVinci. I use DaVinci to make all the edits that you've seen. And why do you need to learn to edit? So you can do, is it course related, or is it because you want to do the D&D thing you mentioned? The idea I had was just to put VO on some pictures. Oh, dude, that would be easy.
It was nothing. Slippery. I hear something.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah, I could help you do that. And you'll learn a skill too.
You have to come out sooner or later.
More disappeared than I was led to believe.
I mean, I don't think she'd read them if she didn't want to. Like, there's definitely been long things that people have posted that she's been like, I'll read it later. You know, which, whether she does or not is another thing, but like, you know, if she's reading it, it's because she doesn't mind reading it. But yeah, I mean, if you want to improve, improve the experience of the recap, like, and learn something as well. That's why I've just offered to like edit like thumbnails for people and just edit, you know, like other like short things, simple things. Like I haven't attempted to make compilation videos of like, say, like funny moments of my own stream, because I'm still in that place where I feel like choosing a funny moment from my own stream feels weird, because it's like, it's, even though it's not, and I understand it's not, it still feels a little self-aggrandizing. I'll like that's the next step for me in terms of editing. But like my offer to people to edit stuff for them is not just because I want to be helpful, but because any time I'm editing, I'm learning more about it. So, you know. And it's funny to think that, like, looking back at, like, thinking back to, like, when I first started trying to do editing and stuff, they were, like, pretty choppy and not great and stuff. The out of context comps are really funny. The hook is definitely the intro at this point now. That's like, that's the whole hook. Hey Jabler. How you do? Wait, what's the quest? Construct electromagnetic. Blah, 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 blah. Did these break? Can I get rid of them? Can't repair it. Do I need this anymore, Jabba? I need to make 4 of these. Okay.
Ingram wants to see you right away. I think it's important.
Ingram?
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done.
Yay.
Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain to the system why it can't move right now.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to
It's
your
already
next
an arm.
assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important element. His nukes. Without them, his offensive systems aren't operating at peak capacity.
Okay.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just tell me where they are.
I wish I could. Prime's bomb pack is fitted for Mark 28 nuclear bombs. The same type of bombs that were dropped from aircraft during the Great War. The Commonwealth was a major staging area for the military's air force, so we assumed we wouldn't have trouble finding them. But since we arrived, our scouting teams haven't located a single bomb.
That's going to be a problem. Without a fully loaded nuke pack,
Dude,
Prime won't
speaking
have
of
the firepower to take on
nukes
them.
and stuff, the fact that billionaires have started paying to have nuclear bunkers built, and certain countries have started handing out pamphlets of what to do during a nuclear attack.
Regarding a military installation, which was used as a nuclear weapons storage facility.
I wouldn't be lying if
This
it
included a stockpile of the Mark 28s. The catch is that the installation
got
is
me a little
located
concerned.
somewhere within the glowing sea.
I'll head out there immediately.
Good, because that's exactly what
What to
we're
do
asking
during
you
it. I
to do.
hope you don't. Yeah.
Scribe Halen's established a communications point on the frontier.
But yeah, I mean, the fact that
sea.
some countries are
I
handing out
suggest you head
pamphlets
out
to
there
say
first
that are
and
like
establish
what
a
to do
signal
during a nuclear
protocol
attack.
so that the nukes can be airlifted out
Billionaires
once
are
you
starting to build
find them.
nuclear bunkers
Hopefully, by the
that they
time
can
you've returned,
go to.
we'll be ready to wake
I'm
Prime
like,
up and you can say hello. Good luck, Knight.
can we calm down, please?
We must stop.
Can we calm down a bit?
Hey,
May I be of us? We must talk. You are so very, very distracting. You know this, yes?
You're pretty distracting yourself.
I had a point, a reason. Oh, yes. My control of feelings is worse than before. And you are no help. With your teasing of poor little Curie. But it is not just you. Sometimes a simple compliment, nice hair, and I am flustered, confused. Other times, people suggest the strangest and most lurid things, and I am even more confused. Why do people do this?
Because you're so cute when you're confused.
You are not making any of this easier, you. Oh, I must get a handle on this if I am ever to advance my experiments.
Progress. Wait, what was it? Speak to Scribe Halen?
I can't believe.
Who's the glowing sea?
You must take care to reduce the radiation dose you absorb.
I'll be fine. I'm quick enough. And then just rat away myself.
It's good to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled into the Cambridge police station.
Wait, what was that?
Oh.
You don't have all the equipment you need, Knight.
Ow.
Scribe Halen?
It's good to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled into the Cambridge police station.
Thanks, Halen. I assume the place is still in one piece.
We're doing the best that we can. We've had the occasional synth attack, but so far we've been able to keep them from overrunning us. Thanks to the reinforcements and the air support, I'd say that site was secure.
That's not surprising. After all, it's in good hands.
I appreciate that. Anyway, I know you don't have time for small talk, so I'll
The
get right
mic
to it. I've
is-
had the men set up the
there we
equipment
go.
we'll need to
It's better.
pinpoint you once you found the bombs. We've rigged up this distress pulsar to emit a unique tone that we'll be listening for. When you find the bombs, plant the pulsar, and we'll handle the rest. After that, you should.
I guess I'm
probably
gonna
head
have
back
to get some
Dr.
power
Rainbow
armor, I
and
think.
Bring her your report.
I hope this plan works.
Look, I know you've been through the glowing sea before, but remember to keep an eye on your Geiger counter. If you don't, the radiation will cook you from the inside out. Good luck, Knight.
Unless... I'm just gonna run. I can't be bothered to go back and get my power armor. Do I have Radix? I do. Oh, did you hear about the estimated numbers of if a world war nuclear attack happened? There'll be approximately 2 billion people left after nuclear attacks across the world. And they would basically have to just be hunter-gatherers.
This used to be a military site.
That's why I don't read the news, man. Freaks me out. I'd rather not. have nuclear war.
Nuclear missiles. To think something so comparatively small could destroy so very much.
It's way too many. 2 million survive. 2 billion survive. Over the entire world. So if there's 8 billion people on Earth, that's 6 billion people that would be killed. Like within the initial attack. Is like the simulation run kind of thing. Go down to 0. And it will be wealthy people in bunkers, and they'll probably end up dying out because they will have limited food.
We appear to be under fire.
And then and people just on the surface that lived, you know, far enough away. And you wouldn't be able to, even the people, you know, the rich people in the bunkers and stuff, they wouldn't be able to reach out for anything because, I mean, must remain closed during launch? What? Because, like, phone lines will be down, internet connections will be down, like, all that stuff, communication.
Yes.
I like the colors on this
Magazine.
They're very bright.
Override. Do I need to code the override into this? Just nihilist, but I kind of just see it as the world ends, then it ends. Doesn't matter either way. I mean, I'm nihilistic in that aspect too. And it is definitely one of those things where I would probably much prefer don't know why we opened this. I'd probably prefer that me and like all my loved ones go in the blast because life's gonna be tough. You're gonna probably have radiation poisoning, you're gonna get sick, and you know, you'll be hungry, and life would suck, right? But on the other hand, humans are very tenacious and have a natural instinct to want to survive. And we'd probably rebuild pretty quickly. We would definitely minimize the places that we could go because of nukes. I mean, you gotta think as well, like I am, in terms of the overall country, I'm pretty close to London. So like, I'm probably gone. Not sure. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. Oh god. There's gonna be more. Okay. Remember, I need Razor Green for the Brahmin cage. But yeah, it's a scary subject. If we're putting aside any sort of bravado and whatnot. Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to depress you.
Most intriguing. Starting recording.
But have a good night, mate. No wheel. Alright. I like how the eyes still glow even when they're dead. Oh, weird. Children of Atom died here, so... Hello?
Excuse me. State your purpose, stranger. You walk on Atom's hallowed ground.
Just tell me where you keep the nukes.
Your words betray your intentions. You do not see them for the holy relics they are. The gifts from Atom that must be protected. The children of Atom have sworn to guard this place until the time of the Great Divide. None shall enter.
You needn't fear me, brother. I'm a child of Atom too. I'm part of a church up north. The Nucleus. Near a town called Far Harbor.
Far Harbor. You've seen Atom's holy veil.
Hey.
But you have traveled so far. I apologize. I will not keep you from finishing your pilgrimage. Take this, and prepare to enter his inner sanctum. Follow the brilliance of the glow, and it shall lead you to the relics. May Atom's radiance warm your soul.
May Atom's radiance warm your soul. Whoops. It's not going well. It's not going well. It's not going well. It's not going well. Ow. Ugh. I thought he might trigger that thing and it not trigger when I killed him. I'm being honest. Oopsies. Yeah. No, don't body block me, Jesus. Okay, so we gotta get down there. Do I have to open the door somewhere? Is there a terminal? Hello, Adam. And hello, Bob, as well. Found out when to save so we can get all the endings. So I'm doing that stuff now. Activate distress pulsar. And I had a brief conversation with Canon as well about how I learned that billionaires are multiple different billionaires are building nuclear bunkers for themselves. And on top of that, some countries have started giving out, like, sending pamphlets of what to do during a nuclear attack. And it thoroughly definitely puts you in a certain mood of dread. Watch Janet for any longer than 10 minutes and you start talking like her. Been a minute since I've seen anything of Janet. She's got a very, like, upbeat, positive voice, right? It let me bring you back down to monotone, depressed voice. That reminds me as well, just speaking of Janet, like, I wanted to do more and have different clips in that 5-year celebration compilation. And it's just a bit tough with, basically I'm limited to what people have clipped. Because of, you know, I don't have the access to just all the different VODs and stuff. Today's her 11-year partner ever. That's insane. Seems to me like a fad that swept the super rich community. I'd love a contract to build that bunker, unlimited price tag, and zero accountability if it's needed, but then fails. Who am I gonna sue? Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Is like, say it doesn't work. let's say there's a leak from the air outside after the nuclear annihilation. It's like, you gonna sue?
To be a military.
Well, I saw people saying they were like, even if you had bunkers, you're only going to be able to be down there for so long. And then what?
Unless you like getting radiation sickness.
Talking about defrauding the rich after the end of civilization. I said, yeah, you know, the classic conversation.
Proctor.
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a
Chroma.
good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
I need to play someone to explain the benefit of living through it. They're probably not, because first you've got
I have full
the heat wave. If you survive that,
I appreciate that.
radiation
All
poisoning
readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform
from the
a power
fallout,
shunt.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you
the
press
nuclear
button.
winter.
After all, without your help, we'd still be staring
Can't
at
grow
a pile
anything.
of disassembled parts.
It would be better
Everything's
if a
going to be
trained
infected
technician
with some
performed that
level
task.
of radiation, including
I
yourself.
suppose you deserve to be the one to do it.
So even canned stuff is like, you know, not going to be completely safe.
Liberty Prime, back online.
Dude, yeah, no, I haven't forgotten either. I finished Jericho's drawing,
Basic diagnostic on
coloring thing.
Diagnostic command. Accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module. Online. Audio functionality test. Initialized. Designation.
Supplies, water, and other amenities. Then you emerge from the underground to find what exactly. Yeah, that's
The liberation of Anchorage, Alaska.
legally distinct Witcher. He's not a Witcher. He's not a Witcher.
Primary targets. Any and all red Chinese invaders.
Whoa, hold no.
Run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime. Full system analysis. All systems. Nominal. Weapons. Hot.
Weapons are hot.
Warning.
Why?
Nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning. Power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart. Recommend.
Oh yeah, it's like where are you gonna get the air from as well,
to
right?
repel red Chinese
In a bunker,
invaders.
where are you gonna get the air from?
Compromised.
Got green lights across the board
And
here.
you gotta pray that the filters can filter out the radiation
Big guy here.
from the
Appreciate it.
if you're getting air from the
After that,
surface,
wasn't sure we'd be able to
and
pull
that they
it
don't
off,
break,
but Liberty Prime's looking
and that
pretty
there's someone
good.
there to fix it.
With him on our side, I don't see how the Institute even stands a chance.
I couldn't agree with you more. Before you head off to your next assignment, I have something for you.
Yeah,
I came up with this little beauty myself.
and a massive
It'll add a
bunker
bit
if
more
it's a big
punch to your
one,
power
and like, you know,
This wasn't necessary, Ingram.
Come on. You earned the damn thing. Besides, Liberty Prime isn't about to run out and get you again.
and the billionaires that do hide in the bunker is like, what are they gonna do?
Maxon said he needed to speak to you as soon as you were done here.
All the banks are gonna
Thank you, Knight.
be non-existent
Without you,
anymore,
none of
so
this
they're no longer billionaires because they don't have that money physically,
I'm really busy, and I'm not in the mood for talking.
right? Mm.
There's
I don't
no
know why
time
I
to
did
waste
that.
when there's
I don't need it.
work to be done.
Bland betrayal.
If you need shelter.
Oh, death. He said to me.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Not at all. I have nothing to hide.
I find that very hard to believe. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented.
I am a
Paladin Danse is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
That's impossible.
I'm afraid not. The evidence is quite damning. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. Disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Danse are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
Had he told me, it would have been my duty to report it immediately.
Apparently,
Does he not know that synths don't necessarily know that they're synths?
However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Danse is a synth. He represents everything we hate. A monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future. Which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Danse and execute him.
Doesn't care. I'm gonna go along with him because he's a very stubborn man.
With pleasure. I'll make him pay for lying to us.
Brotherhood are anti-tech. They're not anti-tech. They actually try to save technology, but believe in humanity and the preservation of humanity, and simps are an affront to humanity. Because the main goal of the Brotherhood was to recover, restore, and maintain pre-war technology.
So don't disappoint me. You're dismissed.
Proctor Quinlan.
Attention! Ferrum Squad, report to debriefing. Ferrum Squad to the debriefing.
Excuse me, Proctor Quinlan.
Oh,
Everyone welcome our AI and synth overlords. I mean, look.
Sorry about this.
If the simps look like this, I'm just saying.
Oh, Knight. I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Danse.
I don't need apologies. I need to know where he is.
Yes, you're quite right. I've been pouring.
But they don't trust anyone outside of themselves with said tech. Yeah.
Found any concrete information. As you're well aware,
Synths get simps.
Danse had intimate knowledge of the Commonwealth, and I'm afraid he could be seeking refuge anywhere. I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Danse being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that my findings are quite accurate, Scribe.
So he sets Danse up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
Orders are orders.
Orders are orders? That's all you have to say? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Danse did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen, you're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Or so help me, I'll have you brought up on charges. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police station immediately.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us?
Oh.
Or do we have to wait until you decide to grace us with your knowledge?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
Sussy.
I'll take anything that gets me closer to finding Dance.
Yes, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue doing my research here.
If you'll follow me, sir.
I don't think, like, I still have to, you know, act the part in front of the others. Like, I kind of agree with Hayden. Keep it moving.
Scribe?
This way.
Joining our cause was the wisest decision of your life, brother.
My god, the AI, I swear. Come on.
Scribe Halen.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Danse?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Danse ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Danse.
Why are you telling me all of this?
Because someone has to before you rush off and carry out Maxon's orders without thinking about what you're doing. Danse is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you, not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced,
I don't think he knew he was a synth. That's the whole point of synths, right?
Truly lost to us. Then you do what you have to do.
Is not compassion a worthy virtue?
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do the right thing.
Imagine in front of Curry, I killed Danse for being a filthy
Danse
synth.
had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war U.S. military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed. Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
Okay. But she had no information other than where he was. But nothing about Vertibird or anything like that.
You'll end up eating some pretty questionable thing.
No, we've been here. It's a welcome start. Thought I'd got rid of them. Guess they came back. A nice job, like, cutting yourself off.
Going down. Commencing attack on hostile target.
You should wash your hands after that.
Oh.
A whole lot less of that.
Hey, buddy.
I'm not surprised Maxson sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Danse?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Haylen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxson even want me alive?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxson had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing.
I'm totally not doing a puzzle on the side, by the way, chat.
If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxson, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I've made my decision. I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxson's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
No.
No. I won't do it, Danse.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
You're the proof that Maxson's wrong. You're a synth, but everything you've done has been for the good of mankind.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? I'm not technology that's gone out of control. I've been a benefit to mankind, not its downfall. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back.
Thank you, my friend. But I have my own path to follow. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success, or Maxson will just send someone else to hunt me down. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
Okay. I wonder if you romance him, you can, like, convince him to stay.
Going up.
Going up. What's up, Kiri? How you doing?
Ground floor.
Oh.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
He's still alive. Because you're wrong about him.
Him! Danse isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
All I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name, how can you say that about
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Dance. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
Dance wants to save mankind, not destroy it.
You're as delusional as you are insubordinate. How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? A machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to
I mean, the fact that it has a
champion,
soul.
they were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide. Know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Dance, or I will, Knight. The choice is yours.
After all the sacrifices I've made, and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
Whether he's human or not, Dan saved the lives of countless Brotherhood soldiers. Now it's time you saved his.
You're a stubborn man. So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Dance to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive. Which leaves me with only a single alternative. Dance, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood Knight. And your remains were incinerated. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Prydwen, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Prydwen Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
Alright.
Aye.
Think we did good.
A lot of guts to stand up to Maxon like that.
He should leave, though.
So what are you gonna do now?
I've decided to stay here.
Oh.
I didn't plan on spending the rest of my days at this old listening post, but it will have to do. Besides, you're still gonna need my help, and I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you wander the Commonwealth alone. Now, you better get back to the Prydwen. In the meantime, I'll start making this bunker more livable. If you ever need me, I'll be right here.
Goodbye, Dance.
Farewell. I hope the next time we meet, it will be under happier circumstances.
Dude, I want to see like his little cozy house once it's all made and stuff. That that ended well then. I've got some making up to do with Dance though. Feel like I'm about to get an earful.
Maxon might have been your compassion.
Here we go. Time to face music.
I have something urgent to report, Elder. The Institute is attempting to recover escaped synths at
Wait.
Bunker Hill.
How did you obtain this information? Our reconnaissance...
No,
hasn't
I'm talking to
reported
him
anything
to
of the
finish
sort.
his quest. What?
I thought I was your Institute reconnaissance.
You're the only one that's been able to breach the Institute. But you're hardly the only source for information we have. We've been running round-the-clock vertibird patrols, and we even have squads on the ground trying to pick up anything we can. Not to mention all the scribes we have monitoring radio traffic and trying to crack their RF encryption. I assure you, we have reconnaissance well in hand.
Well, fuck me.
I received the information from the Institute itself.
And you've done the right thing by reporting this to me directly.
Guess I'm
Well
doing
done,
this.
soldier. Your report provides us with a golden opportunity to state our intentions to the Institute. I'm placing you in command of this mission. Exterminate the synths at Bunker Hill, and whomever the Institute sends to retrieve them. I'll instruct Kells to assign you the appropriate backup. Dismissed, soldier.
It's kind of annoying that it did
Before
that.
we continue, I want to make one thing clear. This conversation will be the last time we speak about Dance. As far as the Brotherhood of Steel is concerned, he's dead. Do you understand?
Of course. The Brotherhood must come first.
Perhaps there's hope for you yet. Of course. Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a fine replacement.
What?
His quarters and all his possessions are now yours.
Dude, even after...
including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
I got promoted.
I won't disappoint you, Elder.
Had I even a single doubt in my mind, I wouldn't have awarded you the promotion. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity to our brothers and sisters. I trust you won't disappoint them, or disappoint me. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do before we can begin our final assault. While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to our operations. Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Engine turbines at 87%.
Okay, blind betrayal. Achievement. Let me just check. So okay, that we want to do this one. No. Battle for Bunker Hill. That's the one we want to do now.
Your promotion was well deserved, Paladin.
And we're going to follow this path until we reach Mankind Redefined.
Oh, Bunker Hill! I so wanted to visit. They
Bunker
went to
Hill.
trouble to defend this place.
I've been waiting for you.
Sorry to have held you up.
Try and keep up from here out. Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to
vertibirds.
recover. The situation appears to have escalated. A covert approach is likely impossible. We move in, secure the synths, and I relay out with them back to the Institute. Clear? The mission's parameters just changed. We're going shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
I have to just not shoot anyone, I think. Because I could become an enemy. Oh. Random cow. Look, this person just still chilling at their market thing. And they're just sitting there drinking. Oh, now they're kicking off. Okay.
Right here. Have it your way.
Holy. I'm on your side, Knight. I'm on your side, Railroad. I'm on your side. One of them turrets are shooting me though. It's not very nice. Hold on. I'm gonna make a save here.
I believe we're supposed to file a police report, yes? And all the little things go
Okay.
in for evidence.
Hey there.
Thank you for sparing us.
Hey there.
We'll get somewhere safe as soon as
Bye.
you're gone.
You've given us another chance at life. I can't believe you do
We
that
won't
for
forget
us.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think this is... Speak with father. So I think that technically works.
We're not backing down.
Seems the railroad came out on top.
Yeah? Yes?
We're not backing down. We're going to protect what's ours.
Yeah? We're not backing down. We're gonna protect what's ours.
Sturdy Brotherhood of Steel Combat. Ah, no. It says it's better, but I'm working on different armor. Hey. Oh. Need to worry about them, and I technically didn't betray anybody. I think. So he's not in the Institute, he's in here.
I'll wear your guts around. That'll be a good fight.
god. Wait. Sean's here. I suppose synths are here. Synth warriors, whatever.
Rage!
Rage!
Combat is quite vigorous exercise.
God, it's got two like markers on it, and it's confusing me as to where I should go.
Is someone present?
Oh God, crushed her head. It's unfortunate. How? There? So, do I have to drop down? No.
Scanning. Subject. All systems nominal.
It's an office.
Nothing to report, sir.
Okay, I'm officially confused. Did I come in the wrong way? Like... Gonna do something here. Okay.
One must be careful with heights, yes?
Maybe I go through this way. There's more doors there. Okay, I'm way closer now. No, I'm back in the same place. I don't understand how this building works.
Greetings, sir.
I'm very confused.
Reporting status. All functions normal. Operating at full capacity.
Go that way, or I can go this way, but it all leads to the same place. This is very confusing. Right, I missed. If I go this way. And then up this way. Okay, so now I'm on the other side of the wall. Oh! Dude, that was weird. That confused the hell out of me.
Son, you know...
Son.
In all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. This just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It's not so bad, really. People manage.
Perhaps. But at a cost too great to be worth it. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was
I've got to tell him that that was an ambush.
Wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
Kellogg called me the backup.
Did he? Well, he was correct. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong...
For what?
If I died,
Candidate for what?
well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject.
Since?
It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you would survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
So it was you. You let me out.
Yes. It was my decision. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment.
So I was an experiment to
I had
him.
no idea what kind of man you were, you see. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else? Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
That's all this is to you? All I am to you? Just another experiment?
No, that's not all. But still, I'm glad it turned out the way it did. Soon
Jesus.
I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail.
Whoops.
Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
So he was thoroughly unconvinced of the supposed ambush. But I guess so now this quest, Mankind Redefined, will be the final mission before the point of no return.
Let's get this Directorate meeting over with before we speak further. Well, it's important.
Okay. What the hell's this for? Why is it in the middle of a hallway? Dude. Can you like run?
Let's get this Directorate meeting over with before...
I'm sorry, did I stand too close to you and triggered your dialogue? Keep moving.
Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is he doing here?
I will address that issue.
You're going
there
down.
Are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ao has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Excuse me, but, sir, are you sure this
These guys are still alive. This is the final quest. We're doing the final quest before the point of no returns. When, you know,
Yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
things will change.
I don't think so.
It's all right. I wouldn't expect you to have. The project has been classified from the beginning.
When you rip and tear until it is done.
As I'm sure you've seen above ground.
We rebuilt Liberty Prime.
I'm not talking
We
about
managed
some
to
abstract
convince
concept of control. I
Maxon
mean real,
to
tangible
fake
power.
Dance's death,
The kind that keeps
and
the
Dance
lights on.
is
With every
staying
advance the
in a
Institute
bunker.
makes, our need for raw power
I'm a
increases.
paladin now.
Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
I saved the synths at Bunker Hill by killing the Corsair.
What kind of compromises?
We have at times had to rely on drawing power from above ground installations. It risks personnel and equipment, but no
Dingless.
longer. Phase 3 is simply
Did you get the Gauss rifle from Bunker Hill?
reactivation of a nuclear
No.
provide enough power to the Institute now and forever.
I think I saw railroad people holding them, but there was no dead railroad people. Like, there was dead synths and dead Brotherhood.
Sounds like an important step.
That's an understatement. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I'm not overly fond of putting my own father in harm's way, he has proven more than capable of handling himself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know that this is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please. As I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed. Every experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful. I'm sorry to say I am dying.
No!
Please,
Can't be serious!
Everyone, please. I am sorry. This is not how I wanted to tell you, but we're running out of time.
You're dying?
I'm afraid so. A very aggressive form of cancer. Believe me when I say we've done everything we can. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my father as my successor.
Oh, boy.
You can't be serious!
Really?
How can you possibly...
Classic Bethesda game. Just join a long-established faction,
Ignoring your
become
borderline
leader.
insubordinate tone, I will simply say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my father has already proven himself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
Dr. Carlin's doing some amazing things with our genetically engineered crops.
The Institute is my life. I hope it'll be yours too.
Oh, dude, you're going down. Oh, they cut across. You could challenge Maxon. That's cool.
Reclaim the Commonwealth.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Father. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
I can do the job.
Of course you can. That's why I made the decision. There's no
Reverse
question that some
nepotism.
of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead for all of us, but for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Well. Waiting for the achievement. There should be an achievement. There we go. Okay. So if we save here, wait, I'll make it a.
Unit X688 speaks highly of your combat skills.
I'm gonna look at this white wall and I'm gonna save it, right? Because it will make it look like a more obvious save.
Identity. Clearance confirmed.
But I think I'll end here. I know it's only an hour and a half because I did start a little later than I wanted to. I'll end here. And we will work towards finish doing the endings, starting with the Brotherhoods. Well, I guess I'll tell you what. When I go live, we can discuss like what ending we want to go with. That will be the final ending that we stick with when we go forward into Nuka World, because part of me wants it to be the Brotherhood ending, which would mean doing the Brotherhood ending last, right? But at the same time, I really want Dance's. I really want Maxon's jacket. so we can discuss what will be the chosen final ending, and sort of go from there. And like, so we'll do the others first and stuff, but it should be Institute, Railroad, Brotherhood. I think those are the only achievement related endings. I don't know if the Minutemen one is or not, but yeah, that's what we'll be doing when I go live again in about 4.5 hours. We'll do the endings, and it will be fun. So thank you for hanging out for this short stream. I'm gonna send you all over. But one of your missed quests is the Far Harbor Vault murder mystery. Did it bug, or did you just not? I didn't do it. We could maybe explore it as well. But yeah, I'll just raid Genie just to send you guys over there. And yeah, come back then for the Fallout finale.